People buy from people they know, like, and I'm going to guess you filled it in. Trust. What if I told you there's another T word that will help you either maintain this high level of trust so you can get a yes, walk out of the house with a signed deal and maybe even a pocket full of referrals, or if you screw up this one T word, it's not trust, the other one, it's going to absolutely kill the trust that you've built up, and you're going to walk out of that house not only with no deal, but being accused of being a sleazy, slimy salesperson. Now, I don't know about you, but I've been called that before. And it makes my skin crawl. And the reason it does is it's like someone went inside my soul and tore my values apart and said, you're a scumbag. And I'm like, but everything that I've done has been the complete opposite, trying to do the complete opposite, to live from a place of core values and integrity and honor of service, to be of service to others and do the absolute best I can. And when people started pointing their finger at me, I started to realize that it was mistakes that I was making unconsciously or subconsciously that ended up killing trust. And that all boils down to this one T word that I'll be teaching you today, and how, again, it can either help you close deals or it'll kill deals. And I'm going to share it with you starting with a story. But first, a quick welcome or welcome back. Adam Bensman here, the Roof Strategist, and everything that I do here on my channel, in my program, and my speaking events is designed to help you and your team smash your income goal and give every customer an amazing experience. And I do what I do because I've observed that about 66% of salespeople quit or get fired in their very first year. And I want to help make sure more people that join this industry stay successful from as early as their very first week so they can change their lives and provide incredible opportunities for themselves and their families. And again, the reason that I share this story to open this up is so many people are very similar to me and how I came into the business. From not a really good spot, massage therapist earning under $20,000 a year, living on $4.20 a day in groceries, never going out to eat, and finding this amazing opportunity that accepts virtually everybody with open arms and says, here's an equal opportunity so long as you can apply yourself. And more, the industry is changing and we're attracting what I'll call good with people who are really here to make a difference. It's not purely greed, the one that's poisoned the industry, the bad apples that you see featured in the news scamming people. These are good folks that really want to serve well. But the downside is that sometimes folks that are good people and want to serve well, they end up making mistakes that kill trust, just like I shared before. And I want to share with you how to avoid that by becoming a little bit more self-aware and how important this one little T word is in the sales process. Now, first, I'm going to share a story with you to exemplify pretty much every single one of the mistakes that you can make so you don't make them. And then I'll teach you that T word and how we can maintain that in the sales process to help you close more deals and walk out of the house with a pocket full of referrals. Ready to get started? Let's rock and roll. All right, it was about 12 years ago now, 12 years ago. I'm with my wife, Sheena. We walk into this gym. By the way, I was in Madison, Wisconsin. It was one of the bigger gyms there, and I wanted to get a gym membership. I walk in, I sit down, and it was really weird. They didn't advertise rates anywhere on their website. You had to set an appointment with a salesperson and go into their office and close the door. Now, picture this. You walk into the office, there's a wall of glass overlooking the gym. The blinds are closed. There's two seats here. There's a big table in front, and there's a gentleman, a salesperson, who's sitting across the table, directly across from us, with his computer open. I look around for a rate sheet, and there is none. I say, hey, we just want to join the gym. What does this look like? What are the rates? And then he proceeds to ask us all these questions while referencing his computer that he has right here that I can't see. Now, I just want to ask you, how does this feel? What am I looking at? Does this make you feel comfortable? Seeing my screen? You can't, right? But you don't know what I'm looking at. So I'm typing around over here, trying to figure things out, and he's being inquisitive with his questions. And then we get to the rate discussion. The gentleman grabs a scratch piece of paper and writes this down. He slides it over on the desk, and I peel it up, and I'm like, $150 a month per person to join the gym? Are you kidding me? I'm still looking around. There's no rate sheet. I look at him, I'm like, dude, this is ridiculous. So then he grabs that piece of paper, he goes, how about this? And then he writes down a new number, and all of a sudden it drops, and I'm going off memory. It dropped a little bit, but not a lot. For this conversation, call it $125 a month. And then he slides it back over, and she and I are like, this is insane. $125 a month for this gym membership is like a little excessive. So I say to him, listen, man, we each want a year membership. Do you guys offer discounted rates if we do like a year-long commitment? So then he grabs that piece of paper and he slides it over and he sketches this out. And then all of a sudden he slides it back. We look at it. I'm like, $60 a person. How did we go from 150 to 60? Now he planted this seed of doubt because at this point I don't trust this guy as far as I can throw him, and he was bigger than me. I couldn't throw him very far. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right, there's no rate sheet. Every time we ask, they peel away more money. This seems like a total gimmick to take us for whatever they can. So I say to him, what if we do a full year and I prepay for the year in advance for both of us? And then he grabs that piece of paper, sketches something out and slides it over, and ends up showing us $20 per month per person. 20, $20. From $150 to $20 a month. Now, not only did this not make me feel good, it made me angry. So much so that I actually had to refilm this because I named that company out of rage. And I decided, you know what, I don't want to play those games. I'm going to refilm this video. I'm not including their company name. If you're in Madison, Wisconsin, you know the gym. We'll just put it that way. All right, 150 to 20. What was missing is the T word that this video is all about, and that is transparency. Transparency is the number one thing that will help sustain and even build trust in the home. But if there's no transparency, it will kill trust, plant seeds of doubt of people feeling like they're being taken, and it will lose you deals. So whether you're selling storm or retail, this concept applies. And now I want to bring it into the home about how to maintain trust. First things first, maintain trust through transparency. When you're in the home, do not sit, because this guy made every single mistake in the book. You don't sit squared up to people like this. You'd sit side by side. Why? Look, here's my laptop. Can't see what I'm looking at. I go here, my laptop's off for filling, but you can see everything that I'm doing. Hey, let me show you what's going on. This invites transparency. This is, I'm hiding from something from you and I don't want you to see it. You know, like when you're at the bank and they're typing away and they're like, oh, now I can show it to you, and they peel off that little screen and then you're like, now I can see. That's the opposite of transparency, which is fine. I understand that's protected information, but just so you can get that feeling. So instead of sitting across from, we sit next to. And if you're using a device, your phone, tablet, computer, whatever, even reviewing paperwork, you want that person to be able to see your screen. So that's transparency tip number one. Transparency tip number two, offer a flat rate investment option and show everything on the screen to the homeowner. I'm very retail storm. I don't negotiate. I'm not a negotiator. If price changes, the scope changes with it. Otherwise, we open up that can of worms like I shared before. Now, I learned this through our direct experience because we had restructured our programs and packages because we added more. I used to have just our roofing sales success formula, my flagship program, and then we added the Pitch Pro movement, the community and mastermind to work together in a tight-knit group, join our annual event, join on interactive live Zoom sessions, provide coaching and support for a team, have mastermind just for owners and managers. All of that stuff was new. And we had to find ways to put them together and bundle as people wanted to. We added our supplement training presented by Drew Suttle. We added our roof with solar sales system. So in doing so, we created flat rate investment options. You literally pick any combination you want. We provide a discount based on the package, and then here's the rate. But when we first rolled this out, I found through watching our recorded sessions as Matt was presenting to our potential customers that there was these glances that owners were making when we got to the investment options because Matt's referencing this rate sheet, it's here. It wasn't his fault, but Matt comes to me and goes, Adam, the transparency is gone. And what we used to do is just share it on our website, share it right in front of them, which we now do. So if you join us on a demo and you want to learn about those programs, by the way, you can by clicking a link in the description or texting the word demo, D-E-M-O, to 303-222-7133. That's demo to 303-222-7133. So you can see how transparency works with our system. And what we do is share our screen now and show you if you want this, here's the option, 0% interest for 6 months. This is the investment option, or we offer a one-time only investment and you save. And this is our best deal, and it's right in front of your eyes. And we watched our closing rate skyrocket because people felt comfortable with that level of transparency. And I find the same thing when we're selling in the home. If you're presenting a retail estimate, you have to be transparent about all the investment options and the price changes and whatever else. And I know we're not saying price in the home. This is just for this conversation. On the storm side, we have to be transparent with what that contingency agreement states, with how the deductible acceptable works. So maintaining high levels of transparency, which includes once you accept their hard-earned money, the check, the deposit, whatever it is, when they go to finance the deal, what happens next? People need to, again, have that level of transparency every single step of the way so they know what happens. Transparency, my friends, is what will keep that level of trust that you've built, build it even higher and help you get the deal. But if you screw up or you are not transparent, what comes across is it looks like you're hiding something. And no one wants that. Now, one quick fun story on transparency. I was down in Orlando, Florida, and Marcos, this one's for you, my friend. Marcos, fellow member of the Pitch Per Movement, his team's under training. We went out four-wheeling. I got down there a day early before an event. He's like, dude, let's go four-wheeling. We go there, and he knows I'm a nerd on watches, and he bought me a watch. And he says, the reason I bought you this clear watch is because you and I have transparency, bro. And transparency is what builds deep relationships. So Marcos, thank you for the watch. Thank you for the symbol. And transparency is that building block that allows us to, again, build deep relationships with our customers to not only serve them in a heartfelt way and give great service, but earn, you notice I said earn the deal. So there you have it. Transparency is the other T that is not talked about enough that will gain, build trust, or kill it and kill your deal. Now, I'd love to hear from you in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Are you someone who does price drops in the house? Do you think negotiating is a good idea? Hey, just because it's the way I believe it doesn't mean it's the only way to do it. I share my beliefs and what works for me and what aligns with my values. But the beautiful part about the Roof Strategist community here on the YouTube channel, the podcast, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, is inviting conversation to help foster growth for all of us by challenging ideas and opening our eyes up to new ideas. And as you've probably seen throughout my videos, my views have changed. There's things I've done that I've shifted my ideas and views on, and that's just part of growth, is not being dogmatic that this is the only way and being receptive to change. So drop a comment and share with me how you feel about transparency, price drops, or negotiation, and it will help others learn as well. So there you have it. Thank you again for joining me in today's video. Just because our time here is about to wrap up doesn't mean your and my time has to. So if you haven't yet done it and you're interested in our programs, I want you to see and decide for yourself, and you can experience the level of transparency we provide to you. By the way, if we drop the ball in any way, email me personally. You can respond to any of the emails that you get if you're in the insiders. It will come to me. I want to hear about it. And you can click the link in the description below or text the word demo to 303-222-7133. Or if you want to hang with me here on YouTube, YouTube thinks you're really going to love this video, and I will see you on the next one.